Well, let's start off with Hayden. How's that? Whatever you're most comfortable with.
Okay, good morning. I'm Hayden Land from Lockheed Martin, the Enterprise Solutions and Services Business Unit. That's about a 6,000 employee organization, and our focus is IT solutions, operations and maintenance. Security plays in just about all our portfolio. From a definition perspective, cybersecurity within our space really represents very simplistically the security operations of cyberspace. So very simplistic. What are we doing to help protect the assets on the internet, both that we are responsible for and our customers need access in that environment? Lockheed Martin, just to dispel any myth, we're trying to get this communicated to the press. If you take our entire space portfolio, our entire aeronautics portfolio, and combine those, our IT systems integration scope exceeds that. So security is instrumental in many aspects of that IT systems integration portfolio. That's not to say that our aeronautics and space are not important. They're instrumental. But IT and system integration has got a lot more attention within our enterprise. Now, before I get into some of the points I wanted to talk about, I did want to just point out a couple of the questions. We are investing in gaming technologies in Lockheed and their application in our industry. So very exciting. We are looking for those type of graduates in those skills. So please, from an educational institution standpoint, continue in that vein. As it pertains to hackers, that skill, part of our defense in depth strategy for the environments that we protect is, can we hack into it ourselves? So if we can do it, someone else can do it. So that skill, whether it's from a student internship perspective or a college grad, is key to this domain as well. Now, you may know we're the #1 federal contractor for the U.S. government, and I do see some of our customers here. It's great to see. I also see some of our competitors as well as our partners, because every day we'll either partner or compete against you, and of course the press. Part of, and some of the key customers, just to put what I'm going to say in context, I have worked in the commercial industry before, and I have worked international. I'm going to try to keep my silo discussion to the federal domain. We support the FBI, Department of Homeland Security, CENTCOM, Department of Energy, Department of Justice, Environmental Protection Agency, Social Security Administration, NASA, Air Force, Army, etc. So we do IT for those folks, and we're very proud of that. My portfolio is that I'm the CTO for, is about, the majority is civil, next cross-section would be DOD, and then other. So that's where my message is coming from in that context. I'll talk about some of the 5 menaces that we're seeing today in protecting the assets that we're responsible for providing service. And I'll go from bottom up. So one that's starting to become a problem is associated with the supply chain. We are getting devices coming in from international, abroad countries, memory sticks and other devices that you would attach to your computer. I urge you to test those before you use them in your enterprise. So there is a supply chain threat out there that you can directly incorporate into your enterprise. So that's one. Another interesting pattern is insider threats. We heard of that before, but pay particular attention to not just watching what's coming in, but watch what's going out. If you see a burst of information that typically wouldn't go through a particular thread of your infrastructure, that's probably a sign. So insider threats are becoming more prevalent. I heard some earlier comments about web application attacks. And these applications today are applications that you trust. These are your Microsoft applications. These are your COTS applications that get infiltrated. They're used on a daily basis and are infected. And when you utilize them, they can further impact your environment. Cyber espionage. I mean, we do a lot of work for the military. And if I was a foreign country and I had the choice, do I want to face the military or do I want to attack them via cyber? I'd go the cyber direction. So a lot of countries are doing that. So that's the third. And the top, really, is, I'm telling you, the sophistication of the browser attacks that are out there today. Whereas before, if you start up you get an email, you go to the link, and hunt around a little, you're at risk. Right now, if you just open the web page, it'll get you. So one of the most challenging is just gaining access to a website, and you're at risk. So those are the 5 that we are seeing, and there's many more, but I wanted to put that out there to industry. Now for our silo, let me give you some, I think, what are some good directives, good initiatives that our company supports. Some of these have been put out there by names mentioned by the keynote. One in particular that I'm very excited about, although it's very challenging, is the DoD Directive 8570.01M. And what that says is basically anyone in our industry or the customers that we serve that has a security responsibility, depending on your level and your role, you need a certain amount of training, certification, and management oversight, or you will not have that job. And that's being phased in over time, and we as an industry need to prepare for that, and so do our customers. But that's a call out to the educational community. We're likely to need some help with that. Another one that we actually implement for a couple of our customers is the Federal Desktop Core Configuration, and that's for all federal agencies. And what that, it's a mandate. In fact, all agencies are supposed to submit their implementation plans for that by March, the end of March. It's basically locking down all XP and Vista systems. Can't update registries, password control enhancements. So if you think about it, downloading a application off the internet that you want to use, you're not going to be able to do it anymore. And that applies for all computers that are attached to the federal infrastructure. We're doing that for a few of our customers today. Another one that I think is getting more traction, and I think it's needed, is it's TIC, Trusted Internet Connection. Today, I'd say there's probably about 4,000 internet points of presence if you look across the federal government, ways to get out in the internet, and TIC is reducing those to, from what I understand, about the 50th range. So it's going to be easier to manage that enterprise. And I agree with the earlier comments. You can't shut yourself off from the world, but you can manage that connectivity a little bit more intelligently. There's 2 others that I won't talk about today, but I do want to mention them to you because they're important to us. One is called SCAP, S-C-A-P, Secure Content Automation. And the other is GSSP, that's Secure Programming. It could be related to the Safe Code Initiative, but that's just what I know it by. And just to be, we understand that a breach in the customers that we serve is a one-way ticket for them to the hill. And we do not want to be part of that situation. So it's immensely important, that we